All right, hang on one sec, because Facebook is not cooperating. There we go. We are set. Okay, excellent. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jamie Chavez. I'm the President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and I am joined today by Brett Popish and Bryan, who are the moderators for the Readers Professional Development Book Club through the Chamber. And so, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. And I'm going to hand it over to Brett and Bryan to talk about the book for this month and give you some updates on time and time change and things like that. So I'll hand it over to you guys. What are we reading this month?
Cool. Well, I'll kick it off to Bryan because it was actually his suggestion.
So. Yeah. So this one we're taking a little bit of a hiatus from the professional development books and reading an autobiography or a memoir by Eddie Jaku, who was a Holocaust survivor. It's called The Happiest Man on Earth, and lived a long life. Went through the horrors of World War II and came away with that with, kind of a rough perspective on life, and then found a way to find happiness. And so we felt like being, Thanksgiving and the holidays, that kind of thing, it was a good timing for a book like this. And also just realizing, people are real people, not just business people. So taking a break from the professional development just to kind of focus on what is life really about is a good thing to do at this time of year. And then we moved the date of the book club because of the Thanksgiving holiday. And then knowing people will be out of town or whatever for Christmas towards the end of December. So we're combining November and December, and we are meeting December 9th instead of our regular date, December 9th, 4 p.m. at Kokopelli Beer Company.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And this book was one. So last month we did a reader's choice. So everybody was able to pick their own book, bring it back to the book club, and we got to kind of talk about these. So this was one that you had brought to that book club, Bryan. And so what made you choose to bring this particular book? You've read tons of books. You're an avid book reader.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing. Sometimes I think the books find you at a point in time that you need to read them. And last year I read a lot of books. I read 109 books last year, but this one found me at a time where I was just kind of going through it, just personally and just not a bright spot in the year. And it was funny because I just saw a snippet of a TED Talk that the author had done. It was not even the full TED Talk. It was just a snippet that I think I saw on Instagram. And so like, I want to learn more about the guy. I looked him up and found his book and read it. And it was just absolutely spectacular. So just a really powerful message that hit me at the right time. And oddly enough, it was about this time last year. And so it was really neat. A few weeks ago at the Denver Center for Performing Arts, they had a play based on the book, and it was the book almost verbatim, but it was acted out by, it was kind of a one-man show, and it was really powerful just to revisit it in that medium as well. So that's why I brought it last month, just to kind of talk to people about it. Highly recommend it. It's a I wouldn't say it's an easy read because of the things that he goes through in the concentration camp and that kind of thing, but it's not a very long book, and it is just very inspiring. I know Brett finished it recently, so I'd like to kind of get his take too.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a fast read. I wouldn't call it easy. It is definitely a tearjerker. As you go through and you read this guy's story, but there's a lot of powerful messages in it. One big message that comes, well, obviously the happiest man on earth kind of gives it away a little bit towards the end, but just the principles that his father instilled in him about creating value in yourself and making yourself valuable is really what kept him alive, because of the skill set that he had, the knowledge that he had, and that's kind of towards the end of the book. I don't want to give it away, but it kind of propels him in the rest of his life, because he's always striving to be as valuable as he can, but also add value to others around him. And I think that was the key message that I took, but it's definitely a tearjerker of a book.
Yeah. And I think one of, I have not finished it yet, but one of the takeaways from the book is that happiness can be found even in darkness. And so I think, like you said, Bryan, this is a good time of year to keep that in mind, because it's also, while it's, a happy and thankful and joyous time of year, it's also pretty hard sometimes for people. So I think it's a good book for this season as well.
Yeah. And I think too, sometimes if you're going through a hard time personally or in your business or that kind of thing, sometimes you feel isolated or alone. And so sometimes reading somebody else who's gone through, extraordinary hardship, just hearing their story and then, learning their mindset and how they got through, it kind of takes you out of your own circumstance and helps you think about things in a different way. It did for me. And so I think, I hope if anybody's struggling, they'll read this book, or even if you're not, it's a really inspiring reminder of what's important in life. And like Brett said, the value that you can build in yourself that brings happiness to you and others.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anything else about the book club that you guys want to add?
Nope, other than just to reiterate what Bryan said about meeting on Tuesday the 9th. And then, of course, that meeting, we will announce the book for the next month, and then we will catch back up on our normal schedule of the fourth Tuesday of each month, starting in January.
Got it. Perfect. Awesome. Bryan, anything else you want to add before we jump off here?
I just say a couple things. I really appreciated everybody that came to the book club last month. For those that don't know, we did a bring your own BYOB, bring your own book. Instead of everybody reading the same, we all read different books and then brought up to the group and talked about, why it impacted us or why we liked it or didn't like it. So it was really, really interesting getting to know the group that way. And I know this time of year, people start setting goals for the following year. Being a part of a book club for your personal and professional development is a great goal to set. And I wouldn't wait till January to start. This would be a great meeting to come to. I think the timing of it between the holidays, the book that we're reading, I think you'll get to know the people in the group in a pretty dynamic way right off the bat. And then, you go into 2026 with some momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe someone's New Year's resolution will be to read one book a month. And then what is the statistic that you always say? People read like less than one book a year or something?
The average American adult reads less than one book a year. So if you read one book a month, you're 12 times more doing 12 times more for your professional development than they may be.
Yeah.
Yep. We can break it down even more simple than that in just reading 10 pages a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes people reading a book can be a bit daunting, but reading 10 pages a day is not. But 10 pages a day comes out to 3,650 pages.
Yeah.
So
I just finished a book yesterday called Scrolling Ourselves to Death about how addicted we are to our phones. And one of the examples that he used in the book was pick up a physical book and try to read 10 pages and track how many times you want to check your phone during that time. So just taking a few minutes a day just to physically read a book can help kind of rewire your brain from all of the distractions that we're kind of inundated with technology.
Yeah.
Is that book by the same author that wrote Amusing Ourselves to Death?
Different author. That author passed away. This one just came out last year or this year.
Okay.
But it is based on, it's kind of the sequel to that for today's age.
Gotcha.
It references that book in every chapter.
So I wonder if the author on that is the guy that wrote the foreword to the most recent version of Amusing Ourselves to Death.
Could be.
I'd be interested to know that. Cool.
Yeah. Well, great. Thanks for joining me for this just quick update on what we're doing December 9th for the book club. And I hope that we get some new folks to join us. It's a really great group. We grow every month. And so it's just a really good time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any one of us about book club, and we'll get you filled in on all the details. Other than that, we will see you at book club.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.